Yes, good day. My name is Patrick Daradick. I'm a fishing tackle collector from Ontario, Canada. I run a website, www.ontariosluer.com, and today I'm going to show you my fishing tackle collection of Ontario and Canadian lures especially. Anyways, I'll start out with my Lucky Strike display case, which contains some very unique and quite rare fishing lures. This is the original box from Lucky Strike with the house address 505 Sherbrooke Street, and a very early Lucky Strike minnow above it, what some refer to as the R90. Very well made, beautiful lures and highly valuable. There's another one, and this is the next style box by Lucky Strike. It's a beautiful walleye minnow, a very rare pattern, heavy flake, smaller walleye minnow, pressed eye, Lucky Strike jointed walleye minnow, and here we have a musky size walleye minnow, the original box above it, and a different style box for the jointed musky walleye minnow. And these are the original baits that started Lucky Strike. They're referred to as the broomstick baits. Very difficult to locate. Some more Lucky Strike. There's a very, very rare walleye minnow paint pattern. Very nice lure, jointed in mint condition. And some other lures in this case. There's a straight walleye minnow, musky size. And these are a case with different boxes, contain Lucky Strike lures. It's a Better Luck box. This is the bass sleeping one, which is harder to find. The next one is your standard Better Luck box with the walleye minnow. There's a scamp minnow above it. And these are chub baits, Better Luck chub baits, made by Lucky Strike. And another scamp minnow. This would be a siren window box. Very early flutterfish in the box. Very difficult box to locate. Quite valuable. And this is the flutterfish similar to a jitterbug style, made for 1 year in 1955. And there's a 10-night bait by Lucky Strike, and their famous submarine bait, and a jointed, and a straight size. This is the pikey minnow box, made for 1 year in 1954, this box. Then you have a Better Luck box in orange, and a walleye minnow box. And this is a Waterloo twin spinner, made for 1 year also, this box, 1955. You have your beautiful salmon baits, made by Lucky Strike, very sought after by Lucky Strike collectors. And your silver slipper box. And your larger Better Luck box. And some other lures. This is your submarine torpedo bait. And here is a very rare Better Luck Lucky Strike box. And I'll take you over to see some other Lucky Strike lures. It's a collection of chub baits from Lucky Strike, wood and plastic models. And this is a collection of glass-eyed Lucky Strike baits, mostly walleye minnows. Some better luck. These are walleye minnows here. Very rare one right here. Very nice lures. You have a flutterfish in the top. Scamp bait. Another flutterfish. Flutterfish jitterbug style. Some river rouge. And a glass-eyed sirene bait. And these are the Lucky Strike book boxes that were made by Lucky Strike in the 50s. Each box would be sold with 3 lures in it, containing the window boxes in various style of lures, being tenite, walleye minnows, better luck. Very nice to have in your collection. And next we're going to go to the Busty Flesher display. He was a maker from Perry Sound. And this is a picture of Busty when he was in his 70s. He made the Busty bait. Very unique bait. There's a pattern with the lures. And these are the camouflage finish on these baits. And that's a picture of Busty. He used to guide fishing on Georgian Bay. There's the inserts, some boxes, some other baits, and another insert. Next we're going to go down to the AWS collection. These are out of Willowdale, originally Lansing, Ontario. These are what they refer to as the fish hawks. There's a couple stencil back ones. These would be the boxes they came in. And these are what they refer to as the musky heads. And also these are the boxes. There's some different. There's your pikey, dabble minnow, which was the chrome one in the middle. Your sardine minnow. Little AWS box, smaller version. Your dabble minnow. Another pikey. Fish hawk box. They made a lure similar to the creek chub pikey. Big musky size. And there's a couple more musky sized boxes. And the rarest of all would be the fish hawk fly rod lures. Very, very, very difficult. The only box known to exist today. Next we're going to go to the Hex Brockville display. I have. These are from the Brockville, Ontario. Different boxes. This is your wheelwright lure. That's your hex floater. Jointed bunty plug. This is what they refer to as the Canada plug. And that's your BX plug. That's a blue box, red box, and one of the harder to find, the Hex Pikey bait. Very nice bait, large box. Another difficult Hex box, Superior Plastics. That's an actionite plug with the big lip and a boxed hex plug. And these are your midget minnows on original card. And this is a crossover from an Ellis to a hex box. Sam Ellis went to work for hex bait spots, SW Ellis and Sons. And this is what they refer to as a basso plug. Very, very tough plugs to find in good shape. And a couple more difficult ones. Here's a glass eye bait. Next we're going to go over to a miscellaneous collection. This is Selco bait from Kingston, Ontario. These are the transparent tackling manufacturing glass tubes. This is a frog tube. And they're from Cannon Needle and Fishing Tackle Company. That's a rare split shot tin. And also some very unique game fish lure boxes by Cannon Needle. Very, very difficult to find these boxes. A couple plugs, which to date it was believed made by Lucky Strike. This is your Ideal Fish Bait Company. This is what a lure would look like for them. This is a Henry J. Lewis and Company. They were a distributor from Ottawa, Ontario. This is the plug for the box. And next we have a couple Hardisty baits from Ottawa, Ontario, from the 30s. And this is a rare box to date. I have not found any information on the maker. It's a DeLorme from Smith Falls, Ontario. And this is also Cannon Needle Fishing Tackle, Lucky Pell. We have a Dizzy Decoy. And we have some Ellis baits from Havelock, Ontario. There's 4 different styles. And an EPAG bait, well, which is actually Gapin spelt backwards from Don Gapin. And then we got the Northern Flashtail lure. These are very unique baits. A box for the Ideal Fish Tackle Company. Very early Depend on Lure box. And then we have South Bend from Cobra Canada Limited. And we have a Scotland lure from Mayor Tackle, Windsor, Ontario. And Acme Spinner from Hamilton, Ontario. And now we're going to go show some metal baits from Canada. Foremost is your W. Delaney. Made very beautiful baits as seen. And Natural Bait Company from Toronto, or Marsh Minnow. We have the James Brothers Redo Bait. Livingston from Gananoque, a couple examples. A Paul Bait from Kingston, Ontario. Tide Limited, Windsor. And we have the Westwood and Company. And this is a Croft Bait, CP&W, Toronto. Dominion Fishing Tackle. W.J. Wright, Owen Sound. A Tomlin Bait. To Charlie Chass baits from, he was a guide, a Burdette bait, some Croft and Sons, Bob's Bait from Whitevale, Ontario, and we have a really nice Skinner bait from Gananoque, and a very, 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 very difficult Sudbury tackle bait, and some Cisco baits. And we're going to go over and look at a Lucky Strike display case. Showing some other Lucky Strike baits. Various box lures. Next up is some Williams Baits plugs. These are lures that were never finished from Williams Baits in Peterborough. These were all out of the same tackle box from the 1930s. And then we have a collection of hex baits in a display case I have. Some AL&W baits. Some memorabilia from James Brothers in Perth. They used to run a hardware store, ran a big fish contest, very well known. And then we're going to go look at the magnetic minnow box by Comer Baits in Peterborough. Some Comer Baits, some pictures. Kip Comer. It's a boat he built. That's a Comer crab. And that's a Comer pikey. And Lucky Strike baits calendar. And look at this vintage wood tackle box with some vintage Canadian tackle in it. Some nice old metal, glass tube, Burdette bait. Nice display piece I have. And a collection of Lucky Strike miscellaneous baits. Some boxes. Next is an AL&W case. Some various tackle by AL&W Toronto.
Oh my god. Hello?
Shh. It's an AL&W box. Dingbat, Black Shore Pikey. This is their yellow box. Their nature lure box. A nice pocket mirror from memorabilia. A booklet showing the maybe bait which is right above it. Some bigger musky baits. And this rare husky pikey box with lure in it. And then we're going to go to some Williams baits from Peterborough. This is George Williams here himself. This is him in his basement workshop. This is one of his tough boxes to find. Here's another box. This is his pikey baits, his surface baits. Two rare musky sized lures. His mouse bait and some various other ones. And a small case of miscellaneous lure collectibles from Canada. Royal bait, ideal fish bait, Alcock Leighton Westwood, Royal brand lures, Jasper baits, Royal brand wigwag, display piece, some other memorabilia. And a display case with some reels. And this is your Ontario lure collection. These drawers are all filled with fishing tackle. And I hope you enjoyed the tour. My name is Patrick. I'm at www.lures.com.